I find it hard to completely create a fictional utopia in my mind. I find myself drawing from places I've lived and my favorite parts about living there, or from places I've visited, drawing from the beautiful landscapes and the structure of the communities. Also from movies I've seen that spark a desire in me to live in a similar place. But my utopia would be centered around community. Neighborhoods would surround a central town square. In the town square, there would be a large open field where people can have picnics, like is common in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Adults and children would have room to play, allowing pickup games of soccer and other free play, like I witnessed in Vinales, Cuba at the town baseball fields. There would also be a large central community garden inspired by Nathan Ballantyne of the company Man in Overalls here in Jacksonville, with a plethora of seasonal and fresh produce that is abundant enough to sustain most community produce needs. Adjacent to the garden would be a large covered outdoor kitchen where citizens could prepare food if they were in the mood to be social and sharing. Inspired by a local organization, Eat Your Yard Jacks, and also by our stay at a banyan sanctuary on the Big Island of Hawaii, that, unbeknownst to us, was clothing optional after 6 p.m. Also, there would be plenty of places to eat outside in the company of your neighbors. But families would also have their own private spaces as well. Homes would be modest, built to last, and prioritize a large family space. Yards would be 100% edible, with ground cover being things like perennial peanut and purslane instead of large turf fields. Backyards would be private and have pollinator and herb gardens right outside the back door, with yards backing up to dramatic landscapes, also inspired by my stay in Vinales, where our host picked fresh mint to make us mojitos as we stared past the wildflowers out at the magots. Large oak trees would line the streets that connect the houses, so neighborhood walks are shaded and pleasant, inspired by the neighborhood I currently live in. Just outside the part of town where citizens live and congregate are nature trails leading to a variety of landscapes, including an undeveloped beach to watch sunsets, inspired by my favorite beach in Aguada, Puerto Rico, where I often go to visit. The air would be clear, with blue skies and scattered clouds and birds taking over the tree line. There would be no mosquitoes, even if Dr. Culhane says they are pollinators. Travel would be done using public transportation, and transportation methods would not need paved roads, something like hovercrafts with the ability to transport massive amounts of people when necessary. There would also be no emissions, and climate change would not be an issue. Trash accumulation would not be possible, so underprivileged communities would be safe from landfills and incinerators. Humans would care more about being good neighbors and sharing than getting ahead themselves. My utopia may not be possible, but I definitely think it's something to strive for.